brothers and sisters, welcome to the Meaningwave What's Autonomous Zone. Very, very special Meaningwave Live extravaganza. Wealth times freedom.
What's up, baby? How you doing? Woo! How was that super sped up version? Was that epic? Was that epic and joyful? Amazing! Welcome one and all. It's that meaning stream, baby. It's the stream of meaning. This Monday is Meaningwave Live. Meaningwave Live special event. Yo. Nobody ever does that, you know. This instrumental's dropping Friday. What's Wave 2, How to Be a Better Person instrumentals are dropping this Friday as Stop Thinking 2, the Alan Watts instrumentals, this Friday on all platforms. People have been asking me, when are these instrumentals coming out, Akira, they're on? The answer is, well, that's your answer. That's your answer. Do.
Akira.
He's got clout. How y'all doing here? How y'all doing here? How are you doing? Tonight, brothers and sisters. It's the Meaning Stream. We've got our special, as we always do on a Monday, we always do a special Meaningwave Live set. Tonight, our set is on the theme of wealth times freedom. Wealth times freedom. Tonight will be useful. It will be instructional. It should help solidify some stuff that you're probably already thinking about ahead of 2021, because you want to be going into 2021 strong, baby. You You want to be going in strong with that right mindset. Get what's yours. Boom, 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 boom. Smash that like. If you're locked in live and if you're on the replay and you want to jump ahead to the performance, there should be a timestamp in the description of the broadcast, and you can just go ahead and jump straight to the concert bit, you know, and miss the preamble. Although some people do love the preamble, so a lot of people tell me their favorite bit is the preamble, which we've been clipping now. That we've got a second channel, Meaningwave TV, and there've been clips going up there. We had one go up today. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, subscription model reality being a bad idea. The pitfalls of subscription model reality. You won't own anything and you'll be happy thing. We had a video about that go up on the second channel. And on this channel, actually, we had a new track go up today. It struck me just as I was finishing the stream last night that I should remix DMX singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. It occurred to me that would be a good idea, you know, and so I did that this morning after the stream. And that went straight up, you know, straight up. And then I got back to work on one of the albums I'm working on. I'm working on 2 albums concurrently at the moment, because of course I am. And bloody hell, if that isn't the greatest thing I've ever had anything to do with. Yo, I'm so excited for all this new music. New albums every month. We're on schedule for a really, really powerful 2021. Kicking off in January with the new Jordan Peterson, Akira the Don album, the new JBP Wave. Yeah, we are. And we will talk about all that, and we will get in. We will get after it with our epic show. But before we have our epic show, why don't we enjoy this little Christmas video we dropped today? How about that? Who wants a Christmas video? Well, you have no say in the matter. You're getting one. Hurrah! Nice.
Akira.
DMX there. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Very lovely. Very lovely. Anyway, shout out to everybody logged in. How y'all doing? We're about to get in with our set. But before we get in with our set, as always, you know, rituals are important. Do you not agree? Rituals are important. And we have our ritual, by Jove. Our ritual is the International High Five. And with the International High Five today, brothers and sisters, please smash that like and please let me know where on God's green earth you are. That's it. That's all I want to know. Yo! Flag Hat Film says we have a system. Systems beat goals. You already know. You know, I'm eager to get into it. I'm also eager to Cedric Tez driving and high-fiving. Mikhail Archangel at home in Tampa studying. Ganjiguro's dropping them Vulcan signatures. Fool Killers in Maryland. Cedric Tez is at a red light. Miguel Knox is in Kitchener, Ontario, Canada in the house. Casey's in Fla Fla. Triad, I'm in IL. Did the man just lead us on? Robert Easy, Chicago in the house. Barbell Fishman, I'm on a sunny beach in my mind. I have an internal sunburn. As above, so below. As within, so without. D-Man Tri-State repping. Meaningwave in my velvet attire. Ooh, you all velvet it up, baby. What you got? What velvet you got? How's it feel? Does it feel good? Spaghetti, fla fla. Oh, that reminds me. Woo! Spaghetti, fla fla, drawing at my desk. Nice. Cindy Bailey's tuning in from Gordon City, Hyrule. That sounds fictional. That sounds like somewhere some kind of emperor of time would live. Maria Lizak, east of Keith Crafting and is gold, west of most of the rest of you. Oh, hi. Zach Sowers is in Boston. Work till 2 a.m. Getting after it. Oh, Ivan. I've been using Akira for subconscious programming with tracks like Love Myself, where I repeat the chorus in my head on loop. Feels like it works. That's what it's for. What up, Dan Davis? What up, Ganja Guru? Akira, I must know if thy day was. I must know of thy day was. I honestly swear, you lot sentence construction is getting worse by the minute. Oh, it's Ivan, calculated meaning wave programming, nice. Dan Davis, AZ baby. Flag Hat Films, Morrison, Colorado, just getting home from a great day in the office. Sheila Ferreira. Cindy Bailey is playing Zelda. Are you snitching? Oh. Of course. Noel Deschazo, Bama, and wait, what was the question? That was the question. Barbell Fishman, your merch team is super nice, by the way. I contacted them because I messed up my order a tad, and they were super legit about it. When you say my merch team, don't you mean my wife? That's my wife you've been speaking with. That's Mamadon. That's Mamadon, the matriarch of meaning, who happens to run the customer service and outreach. Customer outreach. Yeah. Matt Lally's here. He's got a whole new picture. Look at this. Look at Matt Lally's lovely face. Hello, Matt Lally. It says Ted and his dad jetting down I-95 in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. You better not be texting and driving. Whoa. Good to see you two. Shout out to Ted. What up, Ted? Dan Davis, AZ, baby. Flag Hat Films, Morrison, Colorado. Just getting home from a great day in the office. A great day in the office? That wouldn't be a great day woo. Now, would it? A great day woo? A great day? Great day? Yeah. Philippe. Philippe is in Winterset, USA. Chris is in Utah, chilling after dinner with the fam. What's up? Bob is in the house. The enemy has to know. The enemy has to know. The enemy has to know. That's real. Ganjiguro says, I must know how your day was, lol. Oh, you must you? Did you see you on the Clip channel on Meaningwave TV? Did you see you're famous as of today? You kicked off that video on the Clip channel today. God bless you. Heats, Rice, Peace and Love and Meaning, make it real. Orsivan says, Akira, go back to saying it Orsivan. I miss those vibes. Orsivan or Orsivian. I can't even remember. Orsivian, that was it. Orsivian. Orsivian sounds like a transformer. Yo, shouts out to everybody. Let's do the international high five. Then I might tell Ganjiguru about my day, but then that would require me having to remember my day. It'll feel so long ago. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. High five. Right, you'll be wanting to hold that, I think. You want to hold this one. You definitely want to be holding this one. Ooh, ooh. Raymond Eastman says Naval album is still classic. Highly recommend the book Almanac of Naval Ravikant to everyone. Caught myself singing parts of the book, lol. Who's ready for Naval 2? Who's ready for Naval 2? Who's ready for the second part of the How to Get Rich quadrilogy? Did I say quadrilogy? Did I say quadrilogy? That would suggest that I know something about it. What? Hey, Noel! It's our favorite Christmas person. What's up, Noel DeShazos? His first day on the new job, I was asked if I could teach some of the ceramic classes. What? Wait, what? You're teaching ceramic classes? That's epic. That's epic. Do you do it like in that film where the ghost does the thing with the squishy squish? You know that one? The one about the ghost? The ghost, like, I don't know if you could get away with that these days, even. The ghost making sweet ceramic messes. Making a mess with the pottery wheel. You know what I mean? Making a great big mess of that pottery wheel. By Jove. What a time to be alive. Shouts out to the 80s in general. Raymond Eastman, Naval 2, let's go! Adam, I'm ready for Naval 2. Matt Lally, what has 2 thumbs and is ready for Naval 2? This is a good question. Demon! I was scooping that energy, now I've got a pocket full of meaning. Whoa! Fool Killer, a better question, who's not ready? Christopher Hernandez, bring on the Naval. Adam, Nas, what? The Defy, I tried to share what I discovered today. I don't know how to describe it, a direct sensation of all-pervading life. I do love this chat section. Ceramics, direct sensations of all-pervading life. Ghost, says Bob L. Fishman. Bob L. Fishman says it's called Ghost. Is it? Is that what it's called? Apparently the squishy squish ceramics bloop movie is called Ghost. I crack myself up. Alright, good. We're just going to get straight into it. It's important that we get straight into it, okay? It's also important that you smash that like. You've got to do your duty as a citizen in the Meaningwave Autonomous Zone. Smash that like. Repurpose the URL of this broadcast into a group chat or a DM or something of that nature. A telegram. Hey, maybe turn it into a ceramic jar. You know? Do something useful. And we're going to go about our business of slang and meaning. Are you ready? Ooh, Mikhail Archangel says we're all ready for a Young Wave album to come out somewhere in 2021. But how about you, Akira? Ooh. I might be more ready than you could even dare to dream, baby. Yeah, how about that? Make some noise! Hey yo, Meaningwave Autonomous Zone. Meaningwave Autonomous Zone, riddle me this. What is the purpose of wealth? What is the purpose of wealth, Ganja Guru? What is the purpose of wealth, Casey? Let me get my chat on screen. We'll better be shouting this from the rooftops. Freedom! That's right, baby. The purpose of wealth is freedom!
Everyone vaguely knows that they want to be wealthy, but they don't have a good set of principles to do it by. Wealth is the thing that you really want. Akira. He's got clout. Wealth is assets that earn while you sleep. Wealth is the factory with the robots that's cranking out things. Wealth is the computer program that's running at night that's serving other customers. Wealth is even money in the bank that is being reinvested into other assets and into other businesses. Even a house can be a form of wealth because you can rent it out. Wealth is businesses and assets that can earn while you sleep. Wealth is businesses and assets that can earn while you sleep. But really the reason you want wealth is because it buys you freedom. The purpose of wealth is freedom. So you don't have to wear a tie like a collar around your neck. So you don't have to wake up at 7 a.m. and rush to work and sit in commute traffic. So you don't have to waste away your entire life grinding all the productive hours away to a soulless job that doesn't fulfill you. It's really just so that you are your own sovereign individual. You're not going to get that unless you really want it. And the entire world wants it. And the entire world is working hard at it. And to some extent it is competitive. It's a positive sum game, but there are competitive elements to it. Because there's a finite amount of resources right now in society, and to get the resources to do what you want, you have to stand out. Money is how we transfer wealth. Money is social credits. It is the ability to have credits and debits on other people's time. If I do my job right, if I create value for society, society says, oh, thank you. We owe you something in the future for the work that you did in the past. Here's a little IOU. Let's call that money. Wealth is businesses and assets that can earn while you sleep. Wealth is businesses and assets that can earn while you sleep. There are fundamentally two huge games in life that people play. One is the money game, because money is not going to solve all your problems, but it's going to solve all your money problems. And people know that. They realize that, so they want to make money. But at the same time, many of them deep down believe that they can't make it. They don't want any wealth creation to happen. They sort of virtue signal by attacking the whole enterprise by saying, well, making money is evil and you shouldn't do it, blah, blah, blah. They're actually playing the other game, which is a status game. They're trying to be high status in the eyes of other people watching. Status is just your ranking in the social hierarchy. Status is just your ranking in the social hierarchy. So wealth is not a zero-sum game. Everybody in the world can have a house. Because you have a house doesn't take away from my ability to have a house. If anything, the more houses that are built, the easier it becomes to build houses. The more we know about building houses, the more people that can have houses. So wealth is a very positive sum game. Status, on the other hand, is a zero-sum game. It's a very old game. We've been playing it since monkey tribes, and it's hierarchical. Who's number one, who's number two, who's number three. And for number three to move to number two has to move out of that slot. So status is a zero-sum game. Politics is an example of a status game. Even sports is an example of a status game. To be the winner, there must be a loser. I don't fundamentally love status games. They play an important role in our society, so we figure out who's in charge. But fundamentally, you play them because they're a necessary evil. Wealth is businesses and assets that can earn while you sleep. Wealth is businesses and assets that can earn while you sleep. But really the reason you want wealth is because it buys you freedom. The purpose of wealth is freedom. Wealth is wealth is status and wealth. For example, when journalists attack rich people, they're really bidding for status. They're saying, no, the people are more important, and I, the journalist, represents the people, and therefore I am more important. The problem is that by playing these status games, to To win at a status game, you have to put somebody else down. That's why you should avoid status games in your life, because they make you into an angry, combative person. You're always fighting to put other people down, to put yourself and the people that you like up. Just realize that most of the times when you're trying to create wealth, you're actually getting attacked by someone else, and they're trying to look like a goody two-shoes, but really what they're doing is they're trying to up their own status at your expense. They're just playing a different game, and it's a worse game. It's a zero-sum game instead of a positive-sum game.
Meaningwave, what's that episode? Make some noise for Naval. Make some noise for Scott Adams coming to the stage right now. Make some noise for Chris O'Dell. Says, thank you, brother Akira. Your work is a treasure trove of wisdom. God bless you, Chris O'Dell.
Here are the other buttons, which are mostly self-explanatory. But freedom is a big thing. People will trade a lot for freedom. You could say, would you like a bad life with freedom or a good life with no freedom? And people will take the bad life with freedom. So if you ever have a chance to create a situation where you can offer someone more freedom, that's very powerful. That's a button. And you should get as much for yourself as you can. And you can use it as a tool to help other people get what they want, because they will trade a lot.
They will trade a lot. They will trade a lot. They will trade a lot.
Because they will trade a lot for freedom. People will trade a lot for freedom. Because they will trade a lot for freedom. And freedom can come in the form of getting money.
It gives you freedom.
Having a flexible schedule gives you freedom. Being in the right kind of social situation gives you freedom. So there's lots of ways to get it. Fear is a motivator. I don't recommend using it unless you're trying to save somebody. Yeah, you could use fear to keep them from smoking cigarettes, for example. I wouldn't use this in the evil way. Curiosity is one of the most important and overlooked buttons on the human interface. You can see that authors that are good at it will make you curious at the end of a chapter so that you'll want to keep reading. So that you'll want to keep reading. Building curiosity into things is a really, really important button. When you can stoke somebody's curiosity, you can really shape what they do, and you can shape your environment through curiosity. Very, very powerful. But freedom is a big thing. People will trade a lot.
They will trade a lot. They will trade a lot. They will trade a lot.
They will trade a lot.
They will trade a lot. They will trade a lot. They will trade a lot.
People will trade a lot for freedom.
They will trade a lot
for freedom.
Cause they will trade a lot. 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 People will trade a lot. For freedom. They will trade a lot for freedom. Meaningwave, what's up, episode? Make some noise for Scott Adams and the user interface for reality itself. An incredible album came out this year. Very, very useful. Make some noise for useful. 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 Make some noise for Calais. Says, wealth, freedom, these are a few of my favorite things. Sounds like a country song. What up, Matt Lally says, these two albums were very important in my life. God bless. You all know the truth, right?
He's got clout.
Yeah, my opinion is if somebody wants to stay home, they should stay home. And if
Yeah.
somebody doesn't want to stay home, they should not be compelled to stay home.
You dig!
That's my opinion. If somebody doesn't like that, well, that's my opinion.
Perfect.
This notion, though, that you can just sort of send checks out to everybody and things will be fine is not true. obviously. Some people have this absurd, like, view that the economy is like some magic horn of plenty.
Magic horn of plenty!
Like, it just makes stuff. Stuff, you know, whatever, it just, there's a magic horn of plenty, and the goods and services, they just come from this magic horn of plenty. And then if somebody has more stuff than somebody else, it's because they took more from this magic horn of plenty. Now let me just break it to you, the fools out there. If you don't make stuff, there's no stuff.
If you don't make stuff, there's no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there is no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there's no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there is no stuff.
Yeah. So, if you don't make the food, you don't process the food, you don't transport the food, medical treatment, you know, fixed, there's no stuff. I would become detached from reality. You can't just legislate money and solve these things. If you don't make stuff, there is no stuff.
If you don't make stuff, there's no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there is no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there's no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there is no stuff. Oh! Oh! Obviously,
We'll run out of the stores. We'll run out of the, you know. The machine just grinds to a halt.
if you don't make stuff, oh, there's no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there is no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there's no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there is no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there's no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there's no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there's no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there is no stuff. Henceforth, here in this most auspicious year of our Lord 2020, to make stuff is a revolutionary act. They want you sitting on your ass watching Tiger thing, whatever it is. They want you sitting on your ass watching whatever Disney's trying to pump through that puke hole of Netflix, trying to whatever the fuck it is, or Disney Plus, whatever. They're trying to pump that stuff into your face, and they want you sat there taking that stuff in the face. They don't want you making stuff. Therefore, here in this most auspicious year of our Lord, here at the peak of recorded human civilization, making stuff is a revolutionary act. That true wealth creation.
Akira.
Ow!
He's got clout.
There's this notion that making money is evil. It's like rooted all the way back down to money's the root of all evil. People think that the bankers steal our money. And, you know, it's somewhat true in that in a lot of the world, there's a lot of theft going on all the time. The history of the world, in some sense, is this predator-prey relationship between makers and takers. There are people who go out and create things and build things and work hard on things, and then there are people who come along and thief with a sword or a gun or taxes or crony capitalism or communism. There's all these different methods to steal. Even in nature, there are more parasites than there are non-parasitical organisms. You have a ton of parasites in you who are living off of you, and the better ones are symbiotic and giving something back, but there are a lot that are just taking. That's just the nature of how any complex system is built. But what I am basically focused on is true wealth creation. There's all these different methods to steal, methods to steal, methods to steal. There's all these different methods to steal. True It's not about taking money. It's not about taking something from somebody else, but it's from creating abundance. Obviously, there's not a finite number of jobs or a finite amount of wealth. Otherwise, we will still be sitting around in caves, figuring out how to divide up pieces of firewood and, the occasional dead deer. Most of the wealth in civilization, in fact, not most, basically all of it has been created. And it got created from somewhere. It got created from people. It got created from technology. It got created from productivity. It got created from hard work. So this idea that is stolen is, I think, this horrible zero-sum game that people who are trying to gain status play. But the reality is, everyone can be rich. We can see that by seeing that in the first world, everyone is basically richer than almost anyone who was alive 200 years ago. 200 years ago, nobody had antibiotics, nobody had cars, nobody had electricity. So all of these things are inventions that have made us wealthier as a species. Today, I would rather be a poor person in a first world country than be a rich person in Louis XIV's France. And that's just because of wealth creation. True wealth creation. Everyone can be rich. Can be rich. Can be rich. Everybody can be wealthy. True wealth creation. Everyone can be rich. It's not about taking money. It's not about taking something from somebody else, but it's from creating abundance. The engine of technology is science that is applied for the purpose of creating abundance. I think fundamentally everybody can be wealthy. And the thought experiment I want you to think through is, imagine if everybody had the knowledge of a good software engineer and a good hardware engineer. If you could go out there and you could build robots and computers and bridges and program them, let's say every human knew how to do that. What do you think society would look like in 20 years? My guess is what would happen is we would build robots, machines, software and hardware to do everything, and we would all be living in massive abundance. We would essentially be retired in the sense that none of us would have to work for any of the basics. We'd even have robotic nurses, machine-driven hospitals. We'd have self-driving cars. We'd have farms that are 100% automated. We'd have clean energy. At that point, we could use technology breakthroughs to get everything that we wanted. And if anyone is still working at that point, they're working as a form of expressing their creativity, okay? Because it's in them to contribute and to build and design things. But I don't think capitalism is evil. Capitalism is actually good. It's just that it gets hijacked. It gets hijacked by improper pricing of externalities, by improper deals where that you basically have corruption or you have monopolies. True wealth creation. Everyone can be rich. Can be rich. Can be rich. Everybody can be wealthy. True wealth creation. Everyone can be rich. It's not about taking money. It's not about taking something from somebody else, but it's from creating abundance.
Abundance. That dancing bun, baby, that's what it's all about.
To get everything that we wanted. Abundance. Abundance. To get everything that we wanted.
MAZ, make some noise, Naval. How to Get Rich Volume 1.
So, let's look at this thing from another point of view, which you will at first think highly depressing. Let's supposing we can't do anything to change ourselves. Suppose we're stuck with it. Now that is the worst thing an American audience can hear. There's no way of improving yourself. Because every kind of culture in this country is dedicated to self-improvement. Just take jogging, that deplorable practice. It's a very nice thing to run and to go dancing across the hills at a fast speed. But these joggers shaking their bones, rattling their brains, running on their heels. There's a grimness about it. It's determinately good for you. Why do you go to school? The whole point of coming to school is that you're interested in something. You don't come to improve yourself. But the trouble is that the schools got the wrong idea. They gave people honors for learning. The reward for studying French should be the ability to speak French and enjoy reading French and having fun with French people. But when you get a degree for it, then the degree becomes the point in a game of one-upmanship. And of course, one-upmanship is the main business of the educational community today. You learn all the rules of how to be a good professor. How to be a good professor.
Make some noise to Adam Watts. Song about that studied mediocrity, which we do our very, very best to steer the gosh darn blazers away from around these parts. Merry Christmas, Christopher Hernandez. Says, my dear boy Joe, thank you for everything you've given to the MAC. You've given more meaning than I could tell you, but thank you. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas!
The reason why I got everything's a scam in a neon sign in my apartment is because I think that's the most optimistic message you can think of every day. So I wanted to remind myself of that every morning when I woke up.
And the reason why I think it's optimistic is that you see all these different problems, right? And all these things in the world. And you're like, well, I don't understand that thing. Like, I don't understand.
In my case,
longevity research and science and hard work. I don't understand any of these things in a deeply technical way. I want to affect them.
Affect them.
A lot of the reasons why people don't go into different fields is they think, well, there's this kind of expert status around this field, which means I can't ever infiltrate it. And the thing that I want to remember, expertise is a scam.
Expertise is a scam.
It's like a power hierarchy that's been created within an industry to prevent other people from being able to go and get into it. Everything's a scam. Everything's a scam. Everything's a scam. Everything's a scam. Academia is a scam. Venture capital is a scam. Everything's a fucking scam. Right? But if you realize that, then you can do anything. Why I think remembering everything is a scam is important is that it boosts your self-efficacy to remind yourself that if everything's a scam, then if you have high integrity and you want to go solve a problem, it's probably the case that it'll take you pretty far.
Take you pretty far.
Like more far than trying to play the traditional game.
It's a scam.
Yeah. So, to me, everything is a scam is not a negative thing. It's a reminder to just play the game. Any game you want to play, just go play it. It's just a fucking game.
You dig.
Any game you want to play, just go play it.
Right.
It's just a fucking game.
You dig.
Everything's a scam. Everything's a scam. Everything's a scam. Everything's a scam. Academia is a scam. Venture capital is a scam. Everything's a fucking scam. Right? If you realize that,
you can do anything.
Any game you want to play, just go play it.
Yeah.
Any game you want to play, just go play it.
Yeah.
Any game you want to play, just go play it.
Yeah.
It's just a fucking game.
Alright.
Any game you want to play, just go play it. Any game you want to play, just go play it. Any game you want to play, just go play it. It's just a fucking game.
Everything's a scam. Everything's a scam. Everything's a scam. Everything's a scam. Academia is a scam.
Whoa.
Capital is a scam.
Whoa.
Everything's a fucking scam. right?
But
If you realize that,
you can do anything.
And you can do anything.
Yo! You can do anything.
You can
Do anything. Like Kalei's mom. Says my mom embodies this song, built and designed houses, electrical work, plumbing, tile work, renovating multi-million-dollar buildings. No degree, still did better than every expert checking it. Tale as old as time, baby.
Instructive to go to a professional professor's meeting. In my field, which is philosophy, you go to a congress of philosophers, and you'll find when they all get together in the bar or in the restaurant in somebody's room, the one thing they don't talk about is philosophy. It is very bad form indeed to show interest in philosophy among your colleagues. The same is exactly true in clergy gatherings. They don't talk about religion. What they both talk about is politics. Church politics and academic politics. Because it's bad form to be brilliant on a faculty. Because it outclasses your colleagues. Therefore, faculty people tend to cultivate the study mediocrity.
Mediocrity. Study mediocrity.
Study mediocrity.
Mediocrity. Study mediocrity.
And you've got to watch out for that. I mean, if you get mobs of students coming to your lectures, you get pretty black looks from your colleagues. But you see what it is. It's scholarship about scholarship, and not scholarship. Just as learning, because learning is good for you, is irrelevant to learning. The whole idea of improving yourself by learning is irrelevant to the learning process. And in the same way, doing business is doing business. Doing business, such as manufacturing clothes, is a very good thing to do. I could conceive that it would be extremely enjoyable, something one could be very proud of, to make good clothes. Of course you need to sell them because you need to eat. But to make clothes to make money raises another question. Because then your interest is not in making clothes, it's in making money, and then you're going to cheat on the clothes. And then you get an awful lot of money and you don't know what to do with it. The study mediocrity.
Study mediocrity. Study mediocrity. Study MAC makes some noise for Alan Weiss. That's from the new album How to Be a Better Person, and now on all platforms. Shouts out to everybody locked in live. What up, Alex? Alexandrov says, dude, I'm here like after almost 2 years. After your Jordan Peterson music, it's crazy how time flies. Great to see you still making bangers. Also, that K-pop song cover was lit! Yeah, we played that on the stream last night for the first time ever. That's crazy. Yo, guess what? New JBP Wave in January. JBP Wave season January, kicking off January 1st. JBP Wave all month. Season. Feels like it works. Welcome back, Scott Adams. To the stage.
All right, at long last, the user interface for reality. Some of these things you're going to say, hey, I've heard about those.
Hey.
First, you must accept the frame, at least as a filter, that there could be a subjective reality and that you can manipulate it. You should accept that systems work better than goals. People are telling me every day that they implemented systems and it changed their life.
Whoa. Based in meaning pilled.
Is one of the biggest buttons on the interface for life. If you don't like where you are and you want to go somewhere else, learn how to build systems for everything from your diet to your career to your social life, fitness, everything.
Akira.
Talent stacking. The idea that if you intelligently add new talents, you become not just a little bit better, but exponentially better, because talents really explode your capability and your options. So this is one of the biggest buttons on the interface to reality. It feels like it works. It feels like it works. It feels like it works. The interface to reality. It feels like it works. It feels like it works. It feels like it works. Affirmations, the idea of writing down or visualizing your goals, seems to be something that gives you the impression that it works. And I say that very carefully. Does it work? Do affirmations change reality? I don't know. I can tell you that when I've used them, the results I've gotten don't seem like anything could have been natural. I cured an incurable voice problem. I had ridiculous stock market luck when I used the affirmations. My career, as I told you, is just crazy. The interface to reality. It feels like it works. It feels like it works. It feels like it works.
The interface to reality.
It feels like it works. But I'm not going to tell you.
Feels like it works.
You should see these
Feels like it works.
If it feels like it works, keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. If it feels like it works, keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it.
The interface to reality.
It feels like it works. It feels like it works. It feels like it works.
The interface to reality.
It feels like it works. But I'm not going to tell you.
Feels like it works.
You should see these
Feels
as
like it
filters.
works. Feels like it works. Feels like it works. Feels like it works. The interface to reality. Feels like it works. Feels like it works.
Human beings are entirely creatures of habit. Children are born with no habit loops. They're essentially born as blank slates. And then they habituate themselves to things and they learn patterns and they get conditioned and they use that to get through everyday life. And habits are good.
Habits are good.
Habits are good. Habits can allow you to background process certain things. So habits are good so that your frontal lobe stays available to solve brand new problems. So unconsciously pick up habits in the background and we keep them for decades and we may not realize that they're bad for us. So we're ready to move on from them. To some extent, our attitude in life, our mood, our happiness levels, depression levels, these are also habits. Do we judge people? Habits. How often do we eat? What kinds of food do we eat? Habits. Do we walk or do we sit? Do we move? Do we exercise? Habits. Do we read? Do we read? Do we read? These are habits as well. You absolutely need habits to function. You cannot solve every problem in life as if it's the first time it's thrown at you. But what we do is we accumulate all these habits
MAC makes noise.
of identity, ego, ourselves.
All them wave emojis right now.
I'm Shane, this is the way I am. I'm Naval, this is the way I am.
I'm Akira. What's cracking? How you doing out there, baby?
To be able to uncondition yourself, to be able to take your habits apart and say, oh, okay, well that's a habit that I probably picked up from when I was a toddler and I was trying to get my parents' attention. And now I've just reinforced it and reinforced it and reinforced it and I call it part of my identity. But is it serving me anymore? Is it making me happier? Is it making me healthier? Is it making me accomplish whatever I want to set out to accomplish right now? And so I think you can uncondition yourself. You can untrain yourself. It's just hard. It takes a big effort. And usually the big habits come when there's strong desire motivators attached to them. Habits are good.
Habits are good. That's right, Tommy Bob. Habits are good.
Habits are good.
Angels in the sky. Angels in the sky. Angels in the sky. Angels.
You want to make sure that you always inject novelty. It's what triggers memory. Because your brain will get bored of the sameness, so you need to trigger memory and attention with contrast. Is a way to get people to move from where they are to where you want them to be.
Hey.
You just say, well, it's much less expensive than this. So contrast is one of the most important buttons. Use contrast often. Hey, you don't want to be this bad, you could be over here. Repetition and simplicity. Our brains are just simple machines. Repetition and simplicity. Our brains are just simple machines. The more you repeat, the more the wiring gets solidified. Repetition and simplicity. Our brains are just simple machines. And if you keep things simple, the brain can process it and deal with it. And if you keep things simple, the brain can process it and deal with it. If it's complicated, your brain has a tendency to just flush it out. Can't deal with it, flush it out. The fake because is a form of pseudo-logic. Sometimes you need to get people moving with a fake reason that doesn't even actually pass logical standards, but people don't need logical reasons. Just look at politics. People have incredibly different opinions, and many of them are smart. So if you've got smart people on opposite sides of basically every issue, you can see that they don't need real reasons. We're not a species that operates on real reasons.
Yeah.
We'll take a fake reason, we'll take one we made up, we'll take a guess, we'll follow our friends. Once you understand that people don't need real reasons, it frees you. Because if you're locked in a little world at a lower level of awareness where you say, well, I'm not going to convince somebody unless I have a real reason. Sorry, that's not the reality any of us live in. Real reasons are good. If you have them, use them. But we don't need them. Real reasons are good. If you have them, use them. But we don't need them.
Real reasons are good.
If you
You
have
have
them, use
them.
them. But we don't need
don't
them.
need them.
Once you know you don't need them, and that reality can be authored, you're in better shape. Repetition and simplicity. Our brains are just simple machines. Repetition and simplicity. Our brains are just simple machines. The more you repeat, the more the wiring gets solidified. Repetition and simplicity. Our brains are just simple machines. Repetition and simplicity. Our brains are just simple machines. Repetition and simplicity. Our brains are just simple machines. The more you repeat, the more the wiring gets solidified. Repetition and simplicity. Our brains are just simple machines. Make some noise for Scott Adams, the user interface for reality itself. Feels like it works, huh? Feels like it works. Whoa! Speaking of work, yeah, boy. James Al Toucher in the Meaningwave autonomous zone. Hi. Hey, a gift from the gods. Ideas every day. Ideas my soul. 10 ideas a day. Ideas my soul. Ideas every day. Ideas my soul. Whoa, baby. Feels like it works. Feels like that is not working how it's supposed to work. This is gonna work exactly as it's supposed to work. Make some noise for James Al Toucher.
I realized this way back. First off, everybody says, oh, ideas are a dime a dozen, execution is everything. And they just assume that at some point they'll be walking around and like lightning will strike them and they'll think, oh my gosh, people should share cars and I'll make an app in the middle to connect people with cars and I'll call it Uber. No, ideas don't really work like that. Nor does execution work the way most people think. People think, I'm gonna take this great idea and now I'm going to do it. The doing it can happen in 1,000 different ways. Little spectrum of execution ranging from really, really bad so that an idea will fail, or really, really good so that even a bad idea might have a chance for success. For success. Having ideas is like a muscle. Having ideas is like a muscle.
Yeah.
Idea muscle.
Idea muscle.
Having ideas is like a muscle.
Ideas every day.
Idea muscle.
Idea muscle.
I'll try to practice having 10 ideas a day. Idea muscle.
Idea muscle.
Doesn't have to be a good idea or a bad idea. Idea muscle. idea muscle in practice. If you're sick and you lie in bed for 2 weeks, you might actually need physical therapy to walk again. Your leg muscles atrophy that fast. It's the same thing with ideas. If you don't have ideas every day, your idea muscle is not going to get bigger. It might atrophy. And so I try to practice. I'll come up with a topic and I'll try to practice having 10 ideas a day around. Each day will be a different topic, but I'll try to have 10 good ideas around that topic. Now, they won't be good ideas because you can't have 3,650 good ideas a year, but I try to make sure they're as good as they possibly could be. I've been doing this ever since I wanted to network, and I'm not a very good networker. I wanted to ask my heroes, can I buy you a cup of coffee and pick your brain? So I wrote to 20 people. They didn't even say no. None of them responded. Why would they respond? Warren Buffett's not going to say, hold everything. Clear my schedule, Gladys. He's never going to even respond to me. He's going to think I'm an idiot. So then I started writing down, I started researching everyone's business, and I started writing down 10 ideas for Warren Buffett's business, 10 ideas for this person's business, 10 ideas for this person's business. And then I would send those ideas to the people, and I would say, hey, you don't have to respond to this. I don't want anything, but I really admire you and your business. Here's 10 things where I think your business can improve. And then I started getting responses, and it actually changed my life, some of those responses. And so I started doing it every single day without fail. Since then.
Whoa!
Idea muscle.
Idea muscle.
Having ideas is like a muscle.
Ideas every day.
Idea muscle.
Idea muscle.
I'll try to practice having 10 ideas a day. Idea muscle.
Idea muscle.
Doesn't have to be a good idea or a bad idea. Idea muscle.
Idea muscle.
But it keeps that idea muscle in practice.
Oh! Idea muscle. Ideas every day. Idea muscle. 10 ideas a day. Idea muscle. Ideas every day. Idea muscle. Idea muscle. Make some noise to James outside you there in the Meaningwave Autonomous Zone. That song's from Meaningwave Masterpieces 2. The instrumental is just dropped.
Now you see, if you do that, you do at least give yourself a chance. And it may be that when you are in this way freed from busybodiness and being out to improve everything, that your own nature will begin to take care of itself. Because you're not getting in the way of yourself all the time. You will begin to find out the great things that you do are really happening. The great things that you do are really happening. For example,
no great genius can explain how he does it. The great things that you do are really happening.
Yes, he said, I have learned a technique to express myself. Because I had something in me that had to come out. If I were a musician, I had to learn how music is produced.
music is produced.
I want to describe something, I have to learn a language so that others can understand it. I need a technique. But then beyond that, I'm afraid I can't tell you how it was that I used that technique to express this mysterious thing I wanted to show you. If we could tell people, we would have schools where we would infallibly train musical geniuses, scientific miracle minds. And there would be so many of them, we wouldn't know what to do with them. Geniuses would be a dime a dozen. And then we would say, well, these people are after all not very ingenious. You know, PhDs, how many of them are there? Because what is fascinating always about genius is the fellow does something we can't understand. He surprises us. The great things that you do are really happiness. The great things that you do are really happiness. For example, no great genius can explain how he does it. Whoa. The great things that you do are really happiness. Whoa. But you see, just in the same way, we cannot understand our own brains. Neurology knows relatively little about the brain, which is only to say that the brain is a lot smarter than neurology. Yet there is this, which can perform all these extraordinary intellectual and cultural miracles. We don't know how we do, but we did. We didn't have some campaign to have an improved brain over the monkeys or whatever may be our ancestors. It happened. And all growth, you see, is fundamentally something that happens. But for it to happen, two things are important. And the first is, as I said, you must have the technical ability to express what happens. Secondly, you must get out of your own way. The great things that you do are really happiness. The great things that you do are really happiness. For example, no great genius can explain how he does it. The great things that you do are really happiness. What up, dude? How am I to get out of my own? If I showed you a system, let's all practice getting out of our own way. It would turn into another form of self-improvement. Here are the dynamics of this. And we find this problem, you see, repeatedly throughout the entire history of human spirituality. In the phraseology of Zen Buddhism, you cannot get this by thinking. You cannot attain to it by not thinking. As getting out of your own way ceases to be a matter of choice when you see that there's nothing else for you to do. When you see, in other words, that doing something about your situation is not going to help you. When you see equally that trying not to do anything about it is not going to help you. Where are you? Where do you stand? You're nonplussed. And you are simply reduced to watching.
Yeah! Make some noise for Alan Watts and Akira the Don in the Meaningwave Autonomous Zone. Rest in peace, little peep. Yo, shouts out Jake Goody. Jake Goody says, great day, woo! My Meaningwave black hoodie and orange and pink long sleeve gear came in today. It's so dope. That's epic. Drop some pictures in the Discord. At me. That's sick. Congratulations. And thank you for the support, by Joe. Meaningwave Autonomous Zone.
Something I've been thinking about a lot.
It's Gary V.
It's this notion of the clouds with dirt. Meaning, I don't spend any time on the things that don't matter, and what doesn't matter is basically everything in between the overall vision and strategy and the real knowledge of it.
The clouds are the high-end philosophy and beliefs that are at the heart of everything I am personally and everything I do professionally. Personally, it's really simple. Family first. Professionally, it's not that much different. 99% of what we deal with doesn't matter. If you religiously follow just a few core philosophies that mean most to you, everything else will naturally fall into place. Being an actual practice, it's the hard work. Being a good spouse, parent, son, sibling, and friend. Professionally, it's knowing my craft. I'm super not interested in fancy. I'm willing to work. I'm never going to forget what I'm about, and I do unscalable, not the right use of my time shit 50% of my day, every day for the rest of my life, because I love the fucking clouds and dirt. I love the fucking clouds and dirt. Clouds, dirt. Clouds, I love the fucking clouds and dirt. Clouds and dirt. Clouds, dirt. Clouds, dirt. People don't understand is that dirt is so important because unless you actually have the skills, your reputation or what you did the day before or who your mama is isn't going to impact your success. Your success is going to be predicated by the dirt, and the dirt is a mixture of having the work ethic to get your hands dirty and then the experience predicated from actually doing the work. If you're not working on your craft, if you got too fancy to keep doing your thing, you lose. It's why I love comedians that still go to small clubs. Seinfeld, in his prime, just going to bullshit clubs in the middle of America and working on his craft. It's dirt. It's never getting too fancy to get away from what got you there in the first place. That's how people lose. Clouds and dirt. I love the fucking clouds and dirt. Clouds, dirt. Clouds, I love the fucking clouds and dirt. Clouds and dirt. Clouds, dirt. Clouds, dirt.
Obviously, we want to be wealthy.
Obviously.
And we want to get there in this lifetime.
Obviously.
Without having to rely on luck.
Akira.
Yeah.
A lot of people think making money is about luck. It's not. A lot of people think making money is about luck.
It's not.
A lot of people think making money is about luck.
It's not.
It's about becoming the kind of person that makes money. A lot of people think making money is about luck.
It's not.
A lot of people think making money is about luck.
It's not.
A lot of people think making money is about luck.
Nah.
It's about becoming the kind of person that makes money. You know, I like to think that if I lost all my money and if you dropped me on a random street in any English-speaking country, within 5 to 10 years, I'd be wealthy again, right? Because it's just a skill set that I've developed and I think anyone can develop. You know, in 1,000 parallel universes, you want to be wealthy in 999 of them. You don't want to be wealthy in the 50 of them where you got lucky. So we want to factor luck out of it. There's really 4 kinds of luck. Blind luck, where I just got lucky because something completely out of my control happened. It's fortune, that's fate, etc. Then there's luck that kind of comes through persistence, hard work, hustle, motion, which is when you're just running around creating lots of opportunities, you're generating a lot of energy, you're doing a lot of things. Lots of things will just get stirred up in the dust. It's almost like mixing a petri dish and seeing what combines, or mixing a bunch of reagents and seeing what combines. You're just generating enough force and hustle and energy that luck will sort of find you. A third way
is that you just become very good at spotting luck. So if you are very skilled in a field, you will notice when a lucky break happens in that field when other people who aren't attuned to it won't notice. So you become sensitive to luck, and that's through skill and knowledge and work. A lot of people think making money is about luck. It's not. A lot of people think making money is about luck.
It's not.
A lot of people think making money is about luck. It's not. It's about becoming the kind of person that makes money. A lot of people think making money is about luck.
It's not.
A lot of people think making money is about luck.
It's not.
A lot of people think making money is about luck. It's not. It's about becoming the kind of person that makes money. And then the last kind of luck is the weirdest, hardest kind, but that's what we want to talk about, which is where you build a unique character, a unique brand, Akira, unique mindset, then luck finds you. Luck finds you. For example, let's say that you're the best person in the world at deep sea underwater diving, and you're known to take on deep sea underwater dives that nobody else will even attempt. Yeah. And then by sheer luck, somebody finds a sunken treasure ship off the coast they can't get at. Well, their luck just became your luck because they're going to come to you to get that treasure and you're going to get paid for it. Now that's an extreme example, but it's just showing how the person who got lucky by finding the treasure chest, that was blind luck, but them coming to you and asking you to extract it and having to give you half, that's not luck. You created your own luck. You put yourself in a position to be able to capitalize on that luck or to attract that luck when nobody else has created that opportunity for themselves. A lot of people think making money is about luck.
It's not.
A lot of people think making money is about luck.
It's not.
A lot of people think making money is about luck.
It's not.
It's about becoming the kind of person that makes money.
Whoa.
A lot of people think making money is about luck.
It's not.
A lot of people think making money is about luck.
It's not.
A lot of people think making money is about luck.
It's not.
It's about becoming the kind of person that
makes money. Make money, money, make money, money. Oh, make money, money, make money, money. Oh, make luck, luck, make luck, luck. Oh, follow your own obsession, follow your own obsession. Oh, make some noise for Naval in the Meaningwave autonomous zone. Naval 2. Who wants that Naval 2? Oh. Oh my goodness, this song is so slept on. This song is number 1 in a billion alternate realities. You know that, right? Whoa! Whoa!
People trying to win like the 94 Knicks, 79 to 76. I'm out here trying to win 149 to 146. Offense. People trying to win like the 94 Knicks, 79 to 76. I'm out here trying to win 149 to 146.
Offense.
Back in the day.
Back in the day.
Basketball college team Loyola Marymount. They were winning college basketball games like 147 to 132. They would just run and shoot. They just pushed it. But every time I think about that team, it's how I think about my life and how I think about myself as an entrepreneur. Offense. Because once you stop hearing judgment and you're not actually worried about what people have to say, you can just go fast. You start doing shit.
Doing shit!
People trying to win like the 94 Knicks, 79 to 76. I'm out here trying to win 149 to 146. Offense. People trying to win like the 94 Knicks, 79 to 76. I'm out here trying to win 149 to 146. Offense. You know how many of you have a real passion for some shit that isn't cool right now, and so you're just not doing it? Yet it's exactly the right thing? The amount of friends I had back in the day that loved video games but got off of it because they didn't see a career for it, who now regret at 40 because they were fucking great at it, and they could be the Tony Hawk of esports right now. They could have been that OG, but they just didn't see it because they worried about judgment and they didn't realize the world evolved. Like when I was 6, I wanted to wash people's cars. When it snowed and we had snow days here, I was shoveling snow, not making snowmen. If you see what I'm doing in garage sale land around here in Jersey, I'm not doing that for show, I fucking love it. See, I got real lucky. The luckiest shit on earth is the thing you love, is the thing that you're best at. People trying to win like the 94 Knicks, 79 to 76. I'm out here trying to win 149 to 146. Offense. People trying to win like the 94 Knicks, 79 to 76. I'm out here trying to win 149 to 146. Offense. People
try to win like the 94 Knicks, 79 to 76. I'm out here trying to win 149 to 146. Offense. People try to win like the 94 Knicks, 79 to 76. I'm out here trying to win 149 to 146. Offense.
Hey! Offense, baby! 2021. Operation Offense. You dig? Welcome to the Neo host, Psychedelic Host Mage. Operation Offense. Meaningwave Task Force, make some noise. Out up. Meaningwave Task Force, mount up. Hey. Don't you wanna be? Don't you wanna be?
Pacing and leading I've talked about, that's just matching somebody until they feel comfortable with you, and then you can lead them. And then you can lead them.
Then you can lead them?
People can be very influenced by aspirations. This is another way to refer to the high ground maneuver. The high ground maneuver is essentially you challenge somebody to be a better version of themselves. Sort of the Jesus method, right? You know, it's not telling you you must do something or you'll die. That's fear. Aspiration is, don't you want to be the better version of yourself?
Don't you want to be the better version of yourself? Don't you want to be the better version of yourself? Don't you want to be the better version of yourself?
Don't you want to be the person who sees the big picture?
Huh?
Association. You know that any quality of one thing rubs off on the other. If you want somebody to like something, pair it with something else they like.
Akira.
So the likability of one thing will rub off on another, but also the unlikability. So for example, if you have a TV show, let's say the news, and you have commercials that are really unpleasant, eventually the unpleasantness bleeds into the show, and it would be better if you associated only things that were positive. So learning to associate only with positive things, one of the most important user interface rules of reality. Of reality. Of reality.
Don't you want to be the better version of yourself? Don't you want to be the better version of yourself? Don't you want to be the better version of yourself?
Don't you want to be the person who sees the big picture?
Huh?
Don't you want to be
the better version of yourself? Don't you want to be the better version of yourself? Don't you want to be the better version of yourself?
Don't you want to be the person who sees the big picture?
Huh?
Very, very important button.
Alright. Very, very important button. Very, very fly song.
Very, very important button.
Just straight grooving up in here. Up in my spaceship, you know?
Very, very important button.
Oh! Yeah. Yo, Prince Snake Charming himself. Scott Adams with the user interface for reality. You're listening to Wealth Times Freedom, a Meaningwave Live spectacular special edition. Get your mindset correct for 2021. What's going on? 21. Oh! Oh! Oh, very powerful beat on this one.
People to work with that have high intelligence, high energy, and high integrity, that's the 3-part checklist that you cannot compromise on. You need someone who's smart or they're heading in the wrong direction.
Whoa.
You need someone high energy because the world is full of smart, lazy people. Everyone's smart at different things. So depending on what you want to do well, you have to find someone who's smart at that thing. And then energy, a lot of times people are unmotivated for a specific thing, but they're not motivated for other things. So for example, someone might be really unmotivated to go to a job and sit in an office, but they might be really motivated to go paint. Well, in that case, they should be a painter. They should be putting art up on the internet, trying to figure out how to build a career out of that, rather than wearing a collar around their neck and going to a dreary job. And then high integrity is the most important, because otherwise, got the other two, you have a smart and hardworking crook who's eventually going to cheat you. So you have to figure out if the person's high integrity. The way you do that is through signals, and signals is what they do, not what they say. It's all the nonverbal stuff that people do when they think nobody's looking. People to work with that have high intelligence, high energy, and high integrity. High energy and high integrity. High energy. People to work with that have high intelligence, high energy, and high integrity. That's the 3-part checklist that you cannot compromise on. I almost won't start a company or hire a person or work with somebody if I just don't think they're into what I want them to do. When I was younger, I used to try and talk people into things. I was this idea that you can sell someone into doing something, but you can't. You can't keep them motivated. You can get them inspired initially. It might work if you're a king like Henry V and you're trying to get them to just charge into battle, and then they'll figure it out. But if you're trying to keep someone motivated for the long term, that motivation has to come intrinsically. You can't just create it, nor can you be the crutch for them. Reading signals is very, very important. Signals are what people do despite what they say. We all know this socially. If someone treats a waiter or waitress in a restaurant really badly, then it's only a matter of time until they treat you badly. If somebody screws over an enemy and is vindictive towards them, it's only a matter of time before they redefine you from friend to enemy and you feel their wrath. Angry, outraged, vindictive, short-term thinking people are that way in many interactions in their life. People to work with that have high intelligence, high energy, and high integrity. High energy and high integrity. High energy. People to work with that have high intelligence, high energy, and high integrity. That's the 3-part checklist that you cannot compromise on. People are oddly consistent. It's one of the things you learn about them. So you want to find long-term people. You want to find people who seem irrationally ethical. That's the kind of person you want to work with. Self-esteem is a reputation that you have with yourself. You will always know.
Major key.
Good people, moral people, ethical people, easy to work with people, reliable people tend to have very high self-esteem because they have very good reputation with themselves and they understand that. It's not ego. Self-esteem and ego are different things, because ego can be undeserved, but self-esteem, at least you feel like you lived up to your own internal moral code of ethics. The more someone is saying that they're moral and ethical and high integrity, the less likely they are to be that way. It's very much like status signaling. If you overtly talk about being high status, that is a low status move. If you openly talk about how honest and reliable and trustworthy you are, you're probably not that honest and trustworthy. That is a
major
on men.
Key.
People to work with that have high intelligence, high energy, and high integrity. High energy and high integrity. High energy. People to work with that have high intelligence, high energy, and high integrity. That's the 3-part checklist that you cannot compromise on. People to work with that have high intelligence, high energy, and high integrity. High energy and high integrity. High energy. People to work with that have high intelligence, high energy, and high integrity. That's the 3-part checklist that you cannot compromise on.
Pattern recognition.
Whip it. Whip it.
Pattern recognition. Once you realize that the humans logical machines were pattern recognition machines.
What up, Black Sheep?
Recognition.
Good to see you, baby.
And it's that pattern recognition that isn't very good. Pattern recognition is what makes you a racist. Pattern recognition is what makes you an ageist, a sexist, anything bad. Because your patterns are all you have. You're not really a logical person. who reasons everything out. Your brain isn't big enough. You wouldn't have enough time. So instead, you default to these little biases, which are determined by patterns.
Whoa!
We're pattern recognition machines. Pattern recognition machines. Your patterns are all you have. You're not really a logical person. Now the problem is, many of those patterns are fake. Let's say you had met 3 Elbonians in your life, and every one of them slapped you in the face with a glove. The next time you met an Elbonian, you'd be like, oh, no thank you, I don't want to get in the face with a glove. Those last 3 Elbonians were pretty rough on me. But it's only 3 Elbonians. The odds that your pattern is predictive, probably low. We fall victim to patterns, but you can also use patterns to convince people of things. If you are consistent, people say, oh, this person's always honest. Patterns are a tool, but they're also our biggest defect. They're also our biggest defect. We're pattern recognition machines. Pattern recognition machines. Your patterns are all you have. You're not really a logical person. We're pattern recognition machines. Pattern recognition machines. Your patterns are all you have. You're not really a logical person.
Alright. MAC, make some noise. What's up, Drop 42 says this record changed my life. What up, Black Sheep? What up, Neo Stoicism? What up, Maria Lizak? What up, Squiggly Dick? Whoa! What up, Mekam? Mesham? What up, Ganji Guru? Oh!
And then, of course, understanding the brain as a visualization machine is very, very important. Very, very important. Because visualization is the biggest, most powerful part of your brain. It's the part that influences you most. Understanding the brain as a visualization machine is very, very important. Very, very important. Because visualization is the biggest, most powerful part of your brain. It's the part that influences you most.
Pattern recognition machines. Make some noise for Scott Adams. What was that, Nivi?
Essentially, to create things, you have to be a rational optimist. Rational in the sense that you have to see the world for what it really is, and yet you have to be optimistic about your own capabilities and your capability to get things done. We all know people who are consistently pessimistic, who will shoot down everything. Everyone in their life has like the helpful, critical guy, right? He thinks he's being helpful, but he's actually being critical, and he's a downer on everything. That person will not only never do great in their lives, prevent other people around them from doing something great. They think their job is to shoot holes in things. And it's okay to shoot holes in things as long as you come up with a solution. There's also the classic like military line, either lead, follow, or get out of the way. These people want a fourth option where they don't want to lead, they don't want to follow, but they don't want to get out of the way. They want to tell you why the thing's not going to work. And all the really successful people I know have a very strong action bias. They just do things. The easiest way to figure out if something's viable or not is by doing it. So if you want to be successful in life, creating wealth or having good relationships or even being happy, you need to have an action bias towards getting what you want. And you have to be optimistic about it. You've got one life on this planet.
Why not try and build something big? You've got one life on this planet. Why not try and build something big?
This is the beauty of Elon Musk and why I think he inspires so many people. It's just when you take really, really big, audacious tasks And he provides an example for people to think big.
Whoa, think big.
And it takes a lot of work to build even small things. I don't think the corner grocery store owner is working any less hard than Elon Musk or pouring any less sweat and toil into it. Maybe even more. But for whatever reason, education, circumstance, they didn't get the chance to think as big, so the outcome's not as big. So it's just better to think big, obviously rationally within your means to stay optimistic. The cynics and the pessimists, what they're really saying, they're basically saying, I've given up, I don't think I can do anything. And so the world to me just looks like a world where nobody can do anything. And so why should you go do something? Because if you fail, then I'm right, which is great, but if you succeed, then you just make me look bad.
Got one life on this planet. Why not try and build something big? You've got one life on this planet. Why not try and build something big?
This is the beauty of Elon Musk.
I'd rather be optimistic and
run, and pessimistic and right, and pessimistic and right, and pessimistic and right. I'd rather be optimistic and run, and pessimistic and right, and pessimistic and right, and pessimistic and right. Shouts out to Elon and Naval, what a team. What a dream team right there, baby. See you on Mars. When we smash that flipping firmament. Whoa! MAC, make some noise for yourselves. What up, Jeff42? Says that song really did change my life. I changed careers, I traded a lot.
Soft as a
for freedom!
Because the US has had an incredible 200-year run, right? Like, this is just what happens. And that's a great thing. That means there's been enormous amounts of prosperity. But let's not be naive. I mean, people literally complain when somebody gives them the wrong amount of, extra cream in a Starbucks $6 coffee. My lack of interest in complaining is so high. And when I watch what people complain about, it breaks my heart because they completely lack perspective. I genuinely believe my happiness and optimism comes from my perspective. Even in political unrest times like right now, a lot of people are very bent out of shape, but the reality is that it's just never been better. It's just never been better to be a human being. It's just never been better. That's just the truth. That's just data. That's reality. It's just never been better to be a human being. It's just never been better. That's just the truth. That's just data. That's reality.
That's reality, baby. Make some noise for Gary Foot. In a place to be. M-A-Z.
He's got clout.
Ow!
The opportunity takes place usually when you're young and you don't have any responsibility. That's when you have your options. Well, your options are severely limited the more you gather responsibilities.
Like, if I had, as a 51-year-old father of 3, married man, pays taxes, has a house and a mortgage and a business and all that jazz. If I had to quit everything now and struggle the way I struggled as a stand-up comedian, it would never work. The only way I could be this person now is if I took that chance when I was 21. When I was dead broke and had my cars repossessed and all that stuff. That's the
only way you ever get where you wanna go.
You have to take a path that's dangerous.
Take a path that's dangerous. The only way you ever get where you wanna go. You have to take a path that's dangerous. Take a path that's dangerous. The only way you ever get where you wanna go. You have to take a path that's dangerous. Take a path that's dangerous. The only way you ever get where you wanna go. You have to take a path that's dangerous. Take a path that's dangerous. Oh!
And most people want to take the safe path. The safe path leaves you stuck in quiet desperation. Almost every time.
Almost every time.
It's hell. It's hell. You're selling insurance or some other shit that you care zero about. It's hell. It's hell. It's hell.
The only way you ever get where you wanna go. You gotta take a path that's dangerous. Take a path that's dangerous. The only You gotta take a bath that's dangerous. Take a bath that's dangerous. The only way you ever get where you wanna go. You gotta take a bath that's dangerous. Take a bath that's dangerous. Experience the album out now on all platforms. Akira the Don and Joseph Rogan.
You can't. You can't eat 10 roasts.
What up, Lizzie?
A day. Can't live in 6 houses at once. Can't drive 3 Rolls Royces at the same time. What do you do? Watch what is going on.
Oh.
Watch what happens. Nobody ever does this, you know. Nobody ever does this, you know. Watch what is going on. Watch what happens. Nobody ever does this, you know. Nobody ever does this, you know.
Whoa! Well, you just go make more money. You put your money back. Invest it in something else and it'll make more.
Whoa!
And you don't give a damn how it's made, so long as they make it. You don't care if they foul the rivers, put oil fumes throughout the air everywhere, kill off all the fish. So long as you see these figures happen, you're not aware of anything else. So you see, you went out to do a self-improvement thing. Making money, you see, is a measure of improvement, a measure of your economic worthwhileness. Or at least that's what it's supposed to be. It isn't anything of the kind. But you went out, in other words, for the status instead of for the actuality.
Watch what is going on. Watch what happens. Nobody ever does this, you know. Nobody ever does this, you know. Watch what is going on. Watch what happens. Aye, nobody ever does this, you know. Nobody ever does this, you know.
MAC makes noise!
You do an art, you're a musician.
Aye.
Why do you play music? The only reason for playing music is to enjoy it. If you play music to impress an audience, read about yourself in the newspaper, you're not interested in music. So in the same way, why do I come and talk to you? Because I enjoy it. I like the sound of my own voice. I'm interested in what I'm talking about, and I get paid for it. And that's smart in this life, to get paid for what you enjoy. So here's the situation, you see. The whole idea of self-improvement is a will-o'-the-wisp and a hoax. That's not what it's about. Let's begin where we are. What happens if you know beyond any shadow of doubt that there is nothing you can do to be better? Well, it's kind of a relief, isn't it? You say, well, now what will I do? Because we're so used to making things better. Leave the world a better place than when you found it, sort of thing. I want to be of service to other people and all incredibly hazy ideas. But supposing instead of that, seeing that there isn't really anything we can do to improve ourselves or to improve the world, if we realize that that is so, it gives us a breather in the course of which we may simply
watch what is going on. Watch what happens. Nobody ever does this, you know. Nobody ever does this, you know. Watch what is going on. Watch what happens. Nobody ever does this, you know. Nobody ever does this, you know.
Therefore, it sounds terribly simple. It sounds so simple that it almost looks as if it isn't worth doing. You ever just watch? Watch what's happening and watch what you are doing by way of reaction to it. It's what happened. And don't be in a hurry to think you know what it is. In other words, people look, say, oh, that's the external world. Oh? How do you know? The whole thing, from a neurological point of view, is happening in your head. That you think there is something outside the skull is a notion in your nervous system. There may or may not be. but it's a notion in your nervous system. You think this is the material world. Well, that's somebody's philosophical idea. You think it's spiritual. That too is somebody's philosophical idea. This real world is not spiritual. It is not material. The real world is simply could we look at things in a way without fixing labels, names, and gradations and judgments on everything? But watch what happens. Watch what we do. But watch what happens. Watch what we do.
Watch what is really going on. What's Wave 2, how to be a better person, the album out now. I do love that beat, that's one of my favorite beats I've made. I don't know, recently I guess. I like that one very much by Joe. You are listening to Meaningwave Live, Wealth times Freedom. Wealth X Freedom. Follow your own obsession, baby. Make some noise! When I say make some noise, I mean smash all them wave emojis in the chat.
Akira.
By Joe.
He's got clout.
To the extent that specific knowledge is taught, it's the job. It's through apprenticeships, and that's why the best careers are the apprenticeship careers, because those are things that society still has not figured out how to train and automate yet. The classic line here is that Warren Buffett went to Benjamin Graham when he got out of school, and Benjamin Graham was the author of The Intelligent Investor and sort of modernized or created value investing as a discipline. And Warren Buffett went to Benjamin Graham and offered to work for him for free. And Graham said, actually, you're overpriced. Free is overpriced. And Graham was absolutely right. When it comes to a very valuable apprenticeship, like the type that Graham was going to give Buffett, Buffett should have been paying him a lot of money. And that right there tells you that those are skills worth knowing. Specific knowledge also tends to be technical and creative. So on the bleeding edge of technology, on the bleeding edge of art, on the bleeding edge of communication, even today, for example, there are probably meme lords out there on the internet who can create incredible memes that will spread the idea to millions of people.
That's what's up though. Incredible memes that will spread the ideas
to millions of people.
Follow your own obsession. Follow your own obsession.
Follow your own obsession.
Follow your own obsession.
And somewhere in the back of your mind, you can realize that, hey, actually, this obsession, I'll keep an eye out for the commercial aspects of it. But I think if you go around trying to build it a little too deliberately, if you become too goal-oriented on the money, then you won't pick the right thing. You won't actually pick the thing that you love to do, so you won't go deep enough into it. But I think it's important that one not start assembling things too deliberately. Because you do want to pick things where you are a natural. Everyone is a natural at something. We're all familiar with that phrase, a natural. Oh, this person's a natural at meeting men or women. This person's a natural socialite. This person's a natural programmer. This person's a natural reader. So, whatever you are a natural at,
you want to double down on that.
And then there are probably multiple things you're natural at, because personalities and humans are very complex. We want to be able to take the things that you're natural at and combine them so that you automatically, just through sheer interest and enjoyment, end up top 25 or top 10 or top 5% at a number of things.
Hey. 1, 2, 3, go. Follow your own obsession.
Aye. Follow your own obsession. Aye.
Whenever you are natural, you want to double down on that. Follow your own obsession. Follow your own obsession.
Aye.
Whenever you are natural, you want to double down on that. Whenever you are natural, you want to double down on that.
Whoa!
Follow your own obsession. Follow your own obsession. Whenever you are natural, you want to double down on that.
As the pressure grew, how do you, as an
international speaker,
how do you
hey, what's up, Matt Lally? So such an important song.
and everything that goes on?
That's what's up, baby. Appreciate you.
Quite easily.
Double down on that.
I know what my intent is, and I'm very grounded in it. And I deploy enormous amounts of empathy to my haters.
Hi, haters. Hi, haters.
When somebody leaves a comment that I'm a charlatan or a snake oil salesman, or my daddy gave me the money to build the liquor store and I shouldn't be listened to, I understand why they say that. I know it's not true. It feeds me in a very good way. And so for me, to be very honest with you, it's been very easy because when your intent is pure, I think about succeeding in one very simple story. There are two ways, my friends, to build the biggest building in town.
Step number one.
Just build the biggest building in town.
Whoa! Whoa!
Build the biggest building in town.
Step number one. Step number one.
Just build the biggest building in town.
Alright.
Build the biggest building in town. Step number two. Build a decent-sized building and then spend all your time trying to tear everybody else's building around you down so you end up being the biggest building in town. My friend, 95% of people try to do number two. But when you know you can build the fucking biggest building in town, you do that. You do that. And so because I know what my intent is, I just don't value anybody's opinion about me, including my parents and wife and children, more than I value my opinion about myself.
Oh!
Just build the biggest building in town. Build the biggest building in town.
Step number one. Step number one.
Just build the biggest building in town. Build the biggest building in town.
Alright, build
the biggest building in town.
Step number one. Step number one. Just build
the biggest building in town.
Step number one. Step number one.
Just build the biggest building in town.
Yo!
Build the biggest building in town.
Hey. What's cracking, Meaningwave Autonomous Zone? Make some noise for yourself. You've been listening to Akira the Don and a cast of epic G's. Meaningwave Live. Wealth times freedom. Meaning Stream. Number 273. Is it 273? I feel it's later than that. I think I got the number wrong in the title. Is the number wrong in the title? Is it 274? I think it is. Yeah! That's right, baby. One more song, I would say. is the nature of this thing. We got one more song for you, baby. Yeah, I did get the number wrong in the title. It's 273. Plus, can you fix that, YouTube hero Alex, the hero of YouTube? One more song on the subject of wealth times freedom. Luck to destiny, baby. We got a firmament to smash.
Yeah, I mean, but like, my goal is like try to do useful things, try to maximize the probability the future's good, make the future exciting, something you look forward to. With Tesla, we like to make things that people love. Akira. You buy that you really love, that really give you joy. So rare, so rare.
Hey, so rare.
I wish there were more things.
YouTube hero Alex.
Just make things that,
what a guy.
Like, what are the set of things that can be done to make the future better? You know? Think that a future where we are a spacefaring civilization out there among the stars. That's what we should strive for.
That's what we should strive for.
Out there among the stars.
Out there among the stars.
This is very exciting.
Aye.
Out there among the stars.
Out there among the stars.
That's what we should strive for.
That's what we should strive for.
This makes me look forward to the future.
Out there among the stars.
Makes me want that future.
Yeah.
You know, the things. There need to be things that make you look forward to waking up in the morning. You wake up in the morning, you look forward to the day, forward to the future.
Meaningwave.
A future where we are a spacefaring civilization and out there among the stars, I think that's very exciting. That is a thing we want. Whereas if you knew we would not be a spacefaring civilization but forever confined to Earth, this would not be a good future. That would be very sad. No, I just think like if there are two futures, and one future is we're out there among the stars and the things we read about and see in science fiction movies, the good ones, are true. We have these starships, and we're going to see what other planets are like, and we're a multi-planet species, and the scope and scale of consciousness is expanded across many civilizations and many planets and many star systems. This is a great future. This is a wonderful thing to me. And that's what we should strive for. Out there among the stars, that's what we should strive for.
That's what we should strive for.
Out there among the stars,
Out there among the stars.
This is very exciting.
Yeah.
Out there among the stars,
Out there among the stars.
that's what we should strive for.
That's what we should strive for.
This makes me look forward to the future.
Out there among the stars.
Makes me want that future.
Yeah.
Life has to be more than about solving problems. If all that life is about is solving problems, why bother getting up in the morning? There have to be things that make you proud to be a member of humanity. Only a handful of people went to the moon. And yet, we all went to the moon. We went with them vicariously. We've gotten that event. I don't think anyone would say that that was a bad idea. That was great. We need more of those things. Out there among the stars, that's what we should strive for.
That's what we should
Out there among the stars. This is very exciting. Out there among the stars. That's what we should strive for. This makes me look forward to the future. Makes me want that future.
Meaningwave Live, Wealth Times Freedom, Meaning Stream 274. 4 by Joe, 4. Thank you for being here. God bless. Alright. Meaningwave. Every day. Meaningwave every day. Meaningwave every day. Meaningwave every morning. Meaningwave every night. 7 a.m. CT Twitch. 7 p.m. YouTube every day. Every day, baby. We've been at this every day since March. We still here. March. We've been doing this every day since March. Shouts out to everyone who's been here with us. If you was here at that first stream, make some noise. Ow! Ow! If you were here this morning, make some noise. Ow! Ow! If you're gonna be here tomorrow, make some noise. Ow! Ow! What? Move! What up, Zach? Get after that forklift. Shouts out to the forklift gang. Shouts out to the whole crew. God bless each and every single one of you. Big shouts out to everyone who supported this thing. Shouts out to the supporters of the thing, without whom there is no thing. If you don't make stuff, there is no stuff. If you don't support stuff, there is no stuff. It's a two-way stuff street. What up, Matt Lally? Appreciate you, baby. Shouts out to you. Shouts out to Ted. What up, Chris Odell? What up, Khalid? What up, Druff42? Shouts out to the crew. If you want to support the wave, I would suggest you get on down to meaningwave.com. Get yourself some Meaningwave apparel, like what I am wearing. You too could be cool like the Dawn. Hey, we also got a donate link over there. People ask me every day, they say, Akira the Dawn, what's the best way to support the wave? I say, whichever way is most convenient for you. We do have a donate link over there. It's got Bitcoin on it, it's got Venmo, it's got Cash App, or that. We've got a Patreon if you want to do one of them type situations. You can become a member of the channel over here. You can get access to the emojis and all the other stuff like the downloads of the mixes. You can go to Bandcamp and download the music. You can find all the spot list, the playlists on various streaming services, including Spotify. There is a playlist for tonight's set over there now. It's brand new. We just dropped that. That will be updated. Songs on the theme of wealth, freedom, wealth times freedom. That will be updated regularly. And when I say regularly, I would say about once a month. In the manner of the other playlists we have that are like that kind of evolve slowly over the course of the year. The Get After It playlist does the same thing, you know. We've got a bunch of those things. And of course, if you want to support the wave, one of the most powerful things you could do, is, of course, let somebody know the truth of the matter. Meaningwave exists. People write to me every day. They say, Akira the Dawn, Meaningwave saved my life. Every day. So many messages at this point, I cannot respond to all of them. I do my best to read every single one of them, and every one of them I am grateful for. So Thank you. But yeah, people write to me every day. They say, Akira the Don, Meaningwave changed my life. I got a better job. I sorted this thing out. I stopped doing heroin. So many people out there doing heroin and then stopping, thank God. But yo, Meaningwave saves lives, baby. So you can save a life today by letting someone know the truth that Meaningwave exists. You can't be waiting for like the media to do it. You can't be waiting for like an influencer to do it. You can't be waiting for like a big podcaster to do it. Only you can save mankind. Only you can let the world know that Meaningwave exists. It's gonna be you. It's gotta be you. Only you can save mankind, by Jove. I've been saying that for as long as I can remember saying things. I was saying that shit when I was my son's age. Only you can save mankind. I didn't even really fully know what it meant when I first started saying it. And eventually I realized, oh yeah, it is only you that can save mankind. You can't be waiting for someone else to do it. No one's going to come along and save you or mankind. Save yourself and save mankind, by Jove. And let the world know. Meaningwave exists! Thank you all for being here. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. CT on TWITCH. All that remains for us to do now, baby, is that bye 5, by Jove. 3, 2, 1, bye. Bye.